Hi there, in this video I'm going to share with you how you can sing softly. So we're talking about that heart beats fast, colours and promises, that kind of sound. So Christina Perri, of course, sings with that sound in 1,000 Years. Billie Eilish does this a lot, Corinne Bailey Rae and Troye Sivan and many others. Ellie Goulding, she also sings like this. And this is something that you can incorporate into any song if you wanted to. So even if you were to take a hard rock or a hard metal song, you could create an acoustic version or a soft version using this style of singing. Now, before we dive in, if you are serious about singing, I recommend subscribing to this channel, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my future videos, and take my free 5-day singing course. You'll find that in the pinned comment or in the description. Just go to the link, click there, put your details in, and I'll send that directly to your inbox. If you don't find it in your inbox within a couple of hours, just go to the spam or junk, bring it out into your main inbox, whitelist me, make me a contact, and then you'll get that course every single day direct to your emails. Okay, so soft singing. This can be quite difficult for people who are not really familiar with the way that their voice works, but it's actually quite simple. What we need to think about is really approaching singing very, very lightly. And I say this a lot to pretty much all of my singers. If you try to force or push anything, it's not going to work. Now, with soft singing, this type of soft singing, the lighter that you approach the sound, the better. But we do want sound to come out. So it's not whispering and it's not just singing low notes. To make it easier to get started, we can start by singing in head register. So head register is that kind of light, airy, ah. Now we can make it stronger, ah. But if we sing lightly, ah, and we add more air than sound, ah, then it's a lot easier to approach this style of singing when we get to the lower notes. So what we really want to do is to sing in a plummy style, so a plummy kind of choiry, and we want to raise the soft palate. Now the soft palate is attached to your uvula, I always do that when I say uvula, which hangs down at the back of your throat. So if you yawn or you make a Kermit the Frog or Mr. Bean type voice, then you'll see that your soft palate will raise and your uvula will come up. But the easiest way of seeing that is by yawning, because it's such a big space. But it must be a proper yawn. I'm going to yawn now. As soon as I say the word yawn, it always happens. Yawning's very good for singing. So it helps you to relax your throat and it helps create that space and the shape for the sound that we want to make. So have a go at yawning a few times, just relax yourself. It's got to be a proper yawn. Add a sigh at the end and then the sound. So where was that? That was the A. Pretty much always start there. But let's bring it up. And if you have a lower voice, you could start here. It's making a nice E minor type sound there. Now what we want to do is, even when we come down in pitch, we want to have that kind of light, airy feeling and that open throat feeling. Now there is another way of singing this, but this is the easiest way of approaching it if you're a complete beginner. So we'll do some exercises. I will come down the scale. So for those of you with lower voices, so we're making that yawny feeling. So let's do that. 5, 6. I don't know why I'm doing it so slowly, but it kind of it lends itself to a slower tempo. Okay, 5, 6, 7, and imagine that there's a baby or a small child next to you that's been crying for hours and hours. You're absolutely exhausted, but they really like the sound of your voice when you sing like this. They've just gone to sleep, and if you do it too loudly or too softly, they're going to wake up and cry again. So you want to keep that consistent volume and that consistent tone. So let's bring it up. Let's go from here. Here. Ah. Now, I sang very straight. We just need to sing straight. We don't need ah. We don't need any of that. We're just getting the technique. We add the pretty stuff later. So here we go. 5, 6, 7, and So for those of you with higher voices, you may have already joined in. Let's go from here. 5, 6, 7, and keep going if you can. Those sopranos among us. And back down. Nice and soft, lots of air. Join in when it gets to your range. Raise soft palate. Lots of air. Very gently. And even though we're getting low, some of you will be very low, you're still keeping that breathy, head voicey feeling. So another exercise we can do to create accuracy and more control is a nice octave slide. I love octave slides. They're really good for control. So again, we'll start at the top of the range, of the pitch range for the exercise. I think you know what I mean. That's what I mean. So gently. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, and bit loud I went there. Lots of air. Keep going. And back down. Keeping it soft as we go down. Last one. So I trust that this helps you to understand more about how you can approach soft singing. Once you've mastered this, I would start with just a couple of lines in this style. Don't try and sing a whole song, because when we learn a new technique, if you try and sing a whole song, you're going to lose it, you're going to get frustrated. So start with just a couple of lines, then a section, just one section, then try another section, and then put them together. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Stay hydrated. Remember to like and subscribe. Share this with someone that you think is going to enjoy it. Ciao!